I always swore I'd never let anyone hear about what happened that night in the forest, but when my favorite podcast started reading listener stories, I thought I was safe, until this week's episode dropped. The voice wasn't the host I knew, it was deeper, scratchier, like someone dragging branches over gravel. The story started exactly like mine, a late night walk, a dare from friends, the snap of twigs beneath my boots. My phone buzzed with notifications as people recognized the details, but no one could have known what really happened after I left the trail. The podcast described how I wandered, flashlight flickering, until the batteries died. The new voice recounted the cold that seeped into my bones, the way shadows seemed to crawl behind every tree. Then it mentioned the whisper, a voice in the darkness promising a safe path home if I just kept walking. That wasn't in my email to the show. I never told anyone about the whisper, or how it sounded exactly like my mother, who'd died years before. My heart pounded as the story lingered on the moment I followed that voice, feeling both terrified and comforted. As the podcast continued, the voice described things only I could know. The carved initials on the old birch, the smell of rain, the sticky mud clutching my shoes. It told of a clearing I reached, where the moonlight spilled over a ring of stones. The episode's voice weaved in details I'd fought to forget, a figure waiting at the center, with eyes too wide and a mouth that never closed. The story ended with a sentence I'd never written, but which chilled me to my core. You thought you left something behind in those woods, but it followed you, and it's closer than you think. The podcast cut to static, and then the new voice spoke again, this time using my name. Thank you for sharing your story, it rasped. Now, it's your turn to listen. My screen flickered, and my reflection in the glass smiled back at me with a mouth far too wide. I realized, with dawning horror, that the secret wasn't just mine anymore, and whatever I had met in the forest had finally found a way to speak.